Hello there, everybody, and welcome to Dartford on Southeastern High Speed. Today we're taking this class 465-9 all the way down to Strood. This would be a service from London Charing Cross, call sign 1 November 1 4. So let's get the train all set up. It's nice that the safety systems are just right up here. It's a nice change. So, cab light on, wrong key. Got to night running. Got a bit of fog going. Obviously, you can open the doors here as well. Is there any like guard panels? Let's have a little gander. Is there guard panels on here? By the looks of it, maybe not. I'm just wondering, just in case you can. By the looks of it, you can't. Because there's another 465 to our right or to our left. Yeah, no. So by the looks of it, if you was guarding the 465, you'd have to do it from one of the cabs. So obviously this is a 8-car service. So if you used to obviously check your tickets, you'd be going from like the back of this one into the front of the next 4 set and such and such. Yeah, let's have the window open. That'd be nice. 465 is a very, I don't know, it's an iconic looking train because of that like little bump. And obviously it's very similar to like a 166 on the front end if it didn't have that bump, in all fairness. Yeah. Anyway, let's close the doors. That's the cab lights. Working GSMR? No. Right. So that's forward. And off we go. Stone Crossing is our first station call. Then, I keep on saying this wrong, I always say Green Heath. Is it Greenheath for Blue Water? That's what I call it. Then Swanscombe, Northfleet, Gravesend, Higham, and Strood. Strood at 6:34. They said it was a 54-minute service. I don't see that. Turn the cab lights off. Yeah, it's a bit too dark. Is there like a separate, like a downlighter or something? You got the cupboard light, but apart from that, no. Because sometimes I notice, like, having the cab light on makes it a bit difficult to see, even with fog and whatever. But it's not too bad, I guess. But no, 465, you got it for free when you got, was it TSW3? Like, it was included for free when you got TSW3 for Southeastern High Speed with the extension, so that was pretty cool. Pretty nice. One of the only times Dovetail have gave anything for free, apart from the TGV route, which I do have. I paid for that. It was after they gave it away for free. So let me just do this. Let me put that on 75% because I haven't got my headphones on. So it might be a bit loud, and you'll probably hear the audio twice, which is what I'm thinking of. Take the power off, put a bit of brake on. But no, 465, I love it. It's a great train. I've been on it. I've still got the tail lights on. I am a dipshit. I've been on them quite a few times when I've gone down to London, just like commuted through London, because I don't always stick to the underground or the overground. I like to take some sort of national rail service down and through, because it's pretty cool, like the fact that for a major city that's as compact as London is, especially central London, that they've got so much of a railway network. It's cool. DSD going on. Anyway, we must get ready to start braking. So we're coming up to Stone Crossing. See, day running is worse because obviously it's lighting up on that right hand side of the track. But luckily we can still see the signal ahead, I guess. Yeah, we can speed up a little bit actually. We're still quite... Even though we're in the yards now, we've still got quite a way to get to the platform, so... I think we started slowing down a bit too early. It's been a while since I've driven this, so it's getting used to how it brakes and whatever again. We only have to brake free, don't we? And then it's emergency, so yeah, we should be fine. We're a bit late though. Not going to be too late. When we due out, is it 7 minutes past? Yeah. Going to be stopping close to the end of the platform. That's where this sign is here. We stopped a bit short, but that's fine. Because this platform is... But it's long. Like, it's to here, and we're an 8-car service and we're comfortably on, so it's not too bad. Sorry, am I blinding you? You're looking straight into me. Do you need to get your eyes tested or something, mate? I couldn't look straight into these. I generally couldn't. I had to kind of squint my eyes walking past it one night when I went to London. But no, I like how on this side it's so obvious, and over there it's so obvious for the door controls. But down here, it's like, oh yeah, there you go. It's not too bad. Obviously, you've got your door release, all release, the SDO, so that's basically the front 4 cars. So selected door operation. So, for example, the Avanti, the 390 has it where some stations of certain platforms at certain stations. So, roughly platform 6 up and down, so towards Birmingham and down to London, so at both sides. Coventry, I can't remember what platform it was. Coventry quite normally fits them all. But yeah, you basically don't open, you can select if you don't want that to open the rear doors, which I'll show you in a second in all fairness. I wish there was some stations which were like that in Trainton. But it'd be cool if we got the Trent Valley line, so that's from like Rugby up to Crewe and Stafford. This surprisingly does brake well, as we got a Thameslink service, just alright. Tell you one thing, I am so glad that it's the UK expansion pack, so you basically got this, the railhead treatment train, Midland Main Line, and the 700. That was 30 quid. It's normally 80, and I'm like, that's a bargain. That's why I don't complain when we get the price for, what is it? Front door release. Maybe I don't mind. Yeah, that's why I got this, the deluxe edition instead of like standard or regional. Because you think about it, you work it out. You might say, £60, and you just get 3 routes and 2 added train. Actually, you got 4 with the deluxe if you didn't have Cajon Pass. I didn't have Cajon Pass. So you got them, and you work it out separately. So you got 3 routes, right? Close the doors. You got 4 routes, which are normally 25 to 30 separately. Right, so if you're looking at that, 25 by 4 is obviously £100, and then 30 by 4 is 120. So you think about it, £60 for that, just for the routes alone, isn't bad. And then you add on the £12.99 and then for the Flix train, and then the £14.99 for the Avanti, and you're looking more than the special edition if you brought it all separately. And the special edition, if you haven't actually got any of the routes that were included with it, it is a good deal. Anyway, Swanscombe next. Not Swanscombe. I should stop saying that because that is very rude. Very, very rude. It had a little bit of a spark there. Should see some sparking. what is it, arc lighting or arc spark? So I do see it on. See it on Bakerloo line. I don't think we're necessarily going to see it in all fairness. Let me look on the back. No. Right, take the power off. Get ready to slow down in a second. Tell you one thing, I do love South Eastern High Speed. It's definitely one of the better UK routes. Like, especially with the expansion, which was free. So Dovetail can expand their routes, but with the West Coast Main Line, unless they drop Gen 8 or TSW6, and we broke way too early, I don't see. There's an arc light spark. I don't see any expansion for the West Coast Main Line. Like, it's got to show you how bad the Gen 8 consoles are, because they're cutting stuff off timetable mode. Like, even with TSW3 with this, there's a reduced mode, which you can see in the PS, in the loading up the route. Yeah, we've gone a bit far here. That's fine, we're on the platform. Let's have a look. This is what I hate sometimes. You cannot walk past this door, this seat. So we're gonna have a gander. No one's sat in first class? Is there even anybody on this train? Let's have a look. Hello? Anybody? Ah. 2 people. Guess everyone's probably going into London for the nightlife, I guess. Why was it closed down? I know Prism's the new thing, but I generally cannot remember. Right, set that to 70. I keep on forgetting to set that to 70. I love how the AWS kind of just slides. It's just so cool. Surprisingly as well, Man United did not lose to Aston Villa. We could have won that game, in all fairness. Bruno had a pretty decent free kick, a few inches lower, and he could have scored, as long as Martinez didn't get it. But even if Martinez touched it, he might not have saved it. Yep. I was pressing the wrong. I was holding it because I was trying to brake. Bet my mum and dad thinks, what the is the smoke alarm going off or something? Be like, no, it's just the PSD going off my train. That's what it is. See, RLU, that's the Thameslink service stops. We're back on time at least. We're just gonna... We're not a 10 car. Why are we stopping with the 10 and 12 car stop? Generally, why? No, we want to sit in. Like, tell me why. Like, oh, like, at least we're kind of by the canopy of the building for the station, but is there an 8-car service board anywhere? I know the RLU ones are the Thameslink ones, I believe, which is just on this here. So obviously you can see the station. Like, you'd probably stop here with these if it was an 8-car like we are, because it says FLU here. So what's the difference between RLU and FLU? I would like to know, because I generally don't know. Gravesend's the next station. Looks like we'll probably end. No, I mean, took the words and what we were going to do in the next station, but obviously we're not going to do it. We're going to, because that is second yellow, I thought we was going to stop there because of how long we had until we're due in Gravesend for just 1 mile. So. We'll probably stop at a red signal, waiting for a train to come out or something of Gravesend, but... See, we've got some arc lighting. That light is a bit pixelated. Yeah, see, at the end there. It's really obvious when it comes to the Bakerloo line on the 72 stop. So much for the speed set. Got a red signal coming up. I'm just looking for this arc. Oh, it's going to swap sides now. So the power's swapped in the middle of the track. Just going to cruise up to that red signal now. One of the better sounding horns as well. Something I don't quite like about the 377 and the 387 is the horn's literally like a... And it's literally just the same sound, whereas this kind of... It kind of sounds like it reverberates or whatever, it resonates. Whereas the 377 and the 387, it's just like same pitch, doesn't resonate. Right, we better start slowing down because there's our repeater there, and there's our red signal. You can just about see it through the fog. Get ready for the AWS. You don't know where the AWS is. There's like coming up to a signal. There's kind of like a little metal block in the middle of the track, between the track gauge, which you pass over that. I think it's just after the first or like midway through the second car goes over. It goes off. So obviously, if you have it on normal and not on isolated, if it's isolated, for example, we'll show you, it lights up. Whereas if you have it on normal, it's not. It's like that. Little trick for you. Also, I was really confused because I didn't know how the Pendolino. So I turned the switches off, all of them to normal. I was like, oh, the DRA is working, but why is the AWS isn't? And I had to ask in the Discord, trying some community one. I was like, why is the AWS not working on the 390? They're like, have you turned all of the switches over? I'm like, yeah. How about the fuse? I'm like, what fuse? They're like, if you look above where you have set the DRA to normal and such, you got a fuse, your fuses. I'm like, yeah, what about it? There should be one which is open. So back forward. We're like, okay. They were like, set that to open, to closed instead of open, and AWS will work. I'm like, thank you. Because especially like doing scenarios, like I like going for platinum, and that not going off, it sets you to gold because obviously you get more points for the safety systems on. So in TSC you don't have to worry, they're automatically turned on. I can't remember if you can turn them off or not. I'd love for them to bring Train Sim Classic to consoles, man. I miss playing. I miss having a PC. Train Sim Classic and OMSI, I love. Obviously, I've got the full West Coast Mainline South on the on Train Sim Classic. I kind of low key miss doing the runs. Well, don't get me wrong. Obviously, we got it on here, but I miss doing those like 350 or Voyager runs and the 390 runs from Birmingham to Euston. And then obviously you've got all the like community, like Alan Thompson Sims brought out the Northampton loop as well, which is pretty cool because obviously Northampton wasn't in it. Which, if there's an extension, I'd probably assume for TSW6 it'll go to either Northampton or Rugby. I don't see it going all the way up to Birmingham. It's too far. I'll say if they do a extension to Northampton or Rugby, is if Gen 8's still on. If it's Gen 9 and PC only, yeah, I see it going up to Birmingham. definitely be one of the longer routes, I think, as well, because obviously all the... Yeah, I actually do. I see it working, in all fairness. Well, there's definitely been longer routes than what there is now. Like, this is 81 miles. But obviously this has... that's into... What's that? What platform? I forget this is split into... Why not just remove the grate and, I guess... So you don't have to open both doors, I guess. Yeah, this is 81 miles, but compared to the West Coast Main Line, which is 44, which is dovetail cut from probably about 45 with the Bakerloo line and the overground kind of diverging a little bit. That has 28 stations, whereas this has probably about 25. Let me count. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're not including depots. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's a siding. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Whereas that has, what, 28 stations on the main line and the overground line. I'm just going to say overground line. It's better than saying the overground and underground. It's just easier. Yeah, this speed set does not work. Like, you watch it. We set it to 30 now. It doesn't work. Like, is there any point in having it on? There's got to be like a button or something somewhere to say, oh yeah, follow speed set. Like, no, caveat on. Set at half. I don't see anything. Anyway, Hyam's next station. Hingham. 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 There we go. Tell you one thing though. Obviously, the next update, which I'm pretty excited for one key thing, they are improving the conductor mode on the Birmingham Cross City line. It's there, right, but it's unplayable. You can either walk a bit too far from the train, and it basically, it's like if you spad and it says you've left the service, or you open up the doors, you close the doors, and you press the buzzer, but the train don't go. So, there's that. So it kind of works, but it don't work. But hopefully the improvements isn't just on the Bakerloo line. There's some for Frankfurt Fulda and San Bernardino. I haven't actually done it much on San Bernardino, in all fairness. I do need to play San Bernardino more. It's quite a nice route. I've done the full length, and it's definitely a nice route. Frankfurt Fulda I haven't played as much. I've probably played San Bernardino more than Frankfurt Fulda. It's conductor mode does not work. It does work, but you kind of stopped halfway off the platform. So you're opening up the doors, and it's a platform which can easily fit the train as well, which is strange. But they choose to sit like at least 5 cars off in the trains which can do it. I think it was 54 minutes if we did the whole down to Farisham. I think I selected the one before on the menu. Don't get me wrong, I do love the HS1 bit, but you can have services which literally, oh yeah, you stop at Stratford, but then you don't stop at Ebbsfleet, so you're just going straight to Ashford International. It's about 30 odd mile, and well, it's like 40 mile actually, like 45 mile non-stop. Now, don't get me wrong, I love that section, but I do love coming from St Pancras coming off like Ebbsfleet domestic, because obviously you got Ebbsfleet International, which is the one HS1 that goes down to Ashford. You got Ebbsfleet domestic, which is the one which the 395 goes up to come onto this line, and you swap from AC to DC. Third rail to pantograph to third rail, or vice versa. And then you got Northfleet, which is obviously the ones this line goes up to London Charing Cross or such. Anyway, we're slowly approaching Hingham. Is it Hingham or Higham? I say Hingham. I don't know, anyone from Hingham or Higham watch? It's one of the two. Saying that, it can't be worse than people from America calling Worcestershire sauces Worcestershire or Worcestershire. Take off the brakes. We've still got just over 200 yards anyway, so we'll stop plenty perfect in that time. See, that's where we should stop, where we just passed. But we have to stop all the way down here, which is strange. What's that board? 10, 12 and all, which is the Thameslink sign. So the ones which are like a square, but on its side are the Thameslink signs. Set that down to neutral. Right, get ready for us to ruin our weather, because the game does not like how this works. So yeah, you come back on here. Probably about 60%. Yeah, there goes our fog. They need to fix that. It's a bit of an issue. I kind of had a bit of a whoopsie earlier. I was doing a 377 service. I just left there. I was just coming into Watford, and there was a red signal. Didn't have AWS go off at this point, but the DSD go off, and the brakes just applied randomly. I'm like, okay. So I set the master key back to off, with the reverser to off as well. Reset the train, or soft reset, and I get going again, and the train just flies up in the air. Well, what? So I uploaded it to YouTube, but so I can, because it was recording in 4K, so I can just download it and then share it into the Discord. And all my days, it was funny. No, luckily it's only like a 20-minute, not even 20 minutes. It's like a 15-minute service, so I wasn't too bothered. But if it was like an hour service, I'd be like, ugh. I still can't believe one of my most viewed videos are still OMSI 2, man. I do miss OMSI 2. I'm tempted to start doing busing, because I got that. But I've never really recorded it, because obviously it's a more like career-focused kind of game. Whereas I'd love it, like the thing I love about OMSI 2 is obviously you got so much mods and maps which are made, but which are either free or they pay, where I love it. Like Fellows Film, great place for mods. Like you got the new 200 MMCs on there. You've got a lot of stuff. I've played about 400-500 hours on it, which is quite a lot. My Steam has been signed out, so I just need to go to Gmail, and search up Steam. Anyway, we're approaching Strood. We've got a red signal. Let's put the brakes on. AWS going off. Gotta wait here for a second. We're going to put it in neutral. Whilst I sort out this. Still waiting for the signal. Almost done with this, but how is everybody? I hope you're all doing okay. We have the roadmap coming, the October roadmap coming next week, which I'm looking forward to. Hopefully we can see more on the Just Trains kind DLC, same with like the Cardiff one as well. What else? What other? I'm speeding again. What other route am I looking forward to? Maybe more on the GWE remaster as well. That would be cool to see. Right, let me check. Has there been any more OMSI 2 DLC recently? Zurich Tramline, Berlin Line 300. But yeah, the last UK kind of content was the Digibus Mirage. So, and Masterbus Failing Pack, which is the last DLC I bought. Let me have a look on Train Sim Classic 24. We're stopping here because this is where you generally would stop. So that's neutral. What's been the most recent of content? Oh yeah, you got the Rail subscription as well. Selected curated add-ons. So you get West Coast Mail? No. You get you get the North Wales coastline, so Crewe to Holyhead. These are majority routes I've got. You've got the East Coast Main Line, London to Peterborough. 5 Circle, then the road to Dunfermline Line. I'm just naming the UK ones. London to Brighton, North Wales, Portsmouth, direct line. I assume you get the Voyager with the North Wales line. So I'd love to have a Voyager in Trains and World. Yeah, let me just check. Browse all. Let me look at it. Oh, Wessex Main Line. Southampton to Salisbury extension. Okay. Also requires the Southwest Main Line, Southampton to Bournemouth, which I've already got. Anyway, see you on the next one.